Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you a family recipe, something that we ate a lot when we were kids and we loved it. First, let's prepare the dough, mixing flour with salt, yeast, and then add lukewarm water to make a soft dough. And while I'm doing this, I would like to tell you a little bit about the history of this recipe. So when I was a kid, my grandmother used to make sourdough bread in a wood-fired oven, and she would bake 20 breads, big kind of loaves, 2 kilos each maybe, to last for 2 weeks for the big family that she had. And she would prepare the dough the evening before, and very early in the morning she would wake up and fire the wood oven and prepare the loaves. But she would always keep a bit of this dough for making these pies. And these pies can be filled with potatoes, as I'm doing today, or you can use cabbage or cheese or onion. It depends on what you want. But as kids, we used to love the potato ones, and they were the ones that were first finished, and they were baked after the bread was taken out from the oven and the oven was not so hot anymore. And they were done just in time for us to wake up and just enjoy them hot, because they are best served hot. So you can see here, for the filling, I'm cutting some onion. You can use food processors that have this cutting discs, and you can do also for the same thing for the potatoes. I'm using waxy potatoes, and I recommend you do that as well. Don't use the mashed potatoes type, because they will be too dry. After I cut everything finely, I can start making the filling, and I'm heating some oil in a pan on medium-high heat. I add the onion and I soften it a little bit. Add salt, that helps with the softening also. And I use the lid so that my whole kitchen doesn't smell so much, but you can just stir continuously if you don't want to use the lid. I add some black pepper. This is again something from my family recipe. We like black pepper in these pies. And I'm adding the potatoes, mixing them well. You can stir continuously, and that's how it was traditionally done, but I found out that using a lid and coming from time to time again to stir works perfectly fine. And you're not a slave to mixing it. When the potatoes are done, preheat the oven to 220 degrees Celsius. And now we will turn the dough onto the floured surface. In the meanwhile, it doubled in size. I'm forming it into a ball shape, and I'm cutting it in smaller pieces. I did 7, which is odd, but that's how I looked at it. You can do 8 or 6, depends on the size you want them to be. And I'm forming these balls and letting them rest for a while. They will puff up. And I'm preparing the egg that we will use for brushing over. Now that they rested a little bit, I'm gonna extend every ball, as you can see here. Not too thick, not too thin. Just turn the disc so you have a uniform size. But don't stress too much, these are supposed to be rustic. I'm getting some filling on it, and as you can see, I'm stretching from the exterior, and I'm making 6 flops that come together in the center. Very important is that you leave a little bit of space in the center, some gap, so that the air can escape. As you can see here, then I will just brush them with egg, wash, and bake them for 20-25 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius until they get golden. Again, a matter of taste, how golden you want them. And here you can see them, all bubbly, and they smell delicious. I will cover them with a towel to keep them warm until I finish all of them, and they should be served warm. And I hope you enjoyed them. We love them. They usually don't last very long. You can eat them next day also, but it's not the case usually. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video next week.